say what they really want and what they really need. And sometimes they feel like they can directly be angry, so their words come out of if their words mean that's fine.
That's okay.
I'm feeling good.
But actually, they really means that they are saying it's all personal.
There are several terms that influence someone whether they are passive-aggressive or not.
First, I'm just curious.
Okay. What did you do last night?
What?
I'm just what I mean. Where did you go? Because I saw you at someone's status.
Really?
Yeah, I'm just curious. If you don't mind.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Hi.
Hi.
Have you taken a shower? Because your odor's not really good.
Is it?
I'm just saying lah.
Haha, I thought you really mean it. Okay.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm sure wish someone would.
Where are you going?
Oh, I went to wash this glass, but I wish that someone would wash this for me.
Okay.
Don't you love it when? Don't you love it when?
Hi, AZMAH.
Oh, hi.
What are you doing?
I'm just reading.
Oh, don't you love drinking soft drink? Because it is really refreshing right now. With the hot weather, don't you think?
Yeah, seem like me.
Assalamualaikum and hello everyone.
Hello.
I'm here again to discuss about a topic that is called as passive aggressive behavior. What do you know about passive? Anyone? You don't know? Okay, let me tell you. Passive can be referred as a form of grammar, correct? There are many forms of verb that is used in passive. For example, she was played by a guy. Play is a form of verb that is passive. Enough with the grammar. Passive also can be used when expressing your behavior. Passive behavior is about accepting or allowing what happened or what other do without active response or resistance. What is aggressive? Anyone know?
No.
Okay. Aggressive behavior is about behaving or done in a determining or forceful way. Some people may describe it as an angry behavior that is dangerous and may harm others. For example, the mental ill patient was so aggressive since she was missed her medication for a few days. Combination these two words will describe a type of behavior that is quite similar to the previous description. Passive-aggressive behavior is about acting indirectly aggressive rather than directly aggressive. In simple words, it means that the person will hide his or her angry feeling from others. She or he wants to remain invulnerable to others by hiding his or her anger. In case where the passive-aggressive person is angry, they might repeatedly calm, that they are not mad or that they are fine, even when they are apparently furious or not okay, denying what they feel and refusing to be emotional open. They are shutting down further communication and refusing to discuss the issues. It is good expressed. Firstly, a person with this behavior certainly is not a problem solver. The person will always try to run away from the problem because his or her heart most probably can't manage up with the problem. Have you seen a silly kid who doesn't want to talk to his or her parents because they didn't get what their choice? This person may seem like that. The person might repeatedly make excuse to avoid certain person as a way to expressing their dislike or anger toward those individuals. In some ways, it may seem a very negative behavior. At some points, it may be good because they are not making a scene about small things, which may lead to a fight. The person may need some time to sort his or her feeling first and think rationally to identify if it is whose mistake. If the person tries to solve their problem again after shorting or his or her feeling, that will be good. If not, then it will be a disaster because breaking relationship bonds is not practically by our Muslim faith. Aside from that, there is another characteristic of passive-aggressive behavior. Deliberately procrastinating is another characteristic passive-aggressive behavior. Procrastinate is another delaying or postponing action. Putting off from doing something when confronted with tasks that they do not want to do or appointment they do not wish to keep. The passive-aggressive individual will drag their feet. If they have been asked to complete a task at work, for example, they will put it off until their very last second or even turn it in late in order to punish the person who assigned the task. That's all for me. I would like to call my friend Miss AZMAH to talk about reason why such behavior existed.
Let's talk about the reason why such behavior exists in the first place. Firstly, is the environment which play the important part in life. How you characterize you in the first place. Some suggestion that passive-aggressive behaviors may stem from being raised in an environment where the direct impression of emotion was discouraged or not allowed. Aside from that, there is another characteristic of passive-aggressive behavior. Deliberately procrastinating is another characteristic passive-aggressive behavior. Procrastinate is another delaying or postponing action. Putting off from doing something when confronted with tasks that they do not want to do or appointment they do not wish to keep. The passive-aggressive individual will drag their feet.
if they have been asked to complete a task at work, for example, they will put it off until their very last second or even turn it in late in order to punish the person who assigned the task. That's all for me. I would like to call my friend Miss AZMAH to talk about reason why such behavior existed.
Let's talk about the reason why such behavior exists in the first place. Firstly, is the environment which play the important part in life. How you characterize you in the first place. Some suggestion that passive-aggressive behaviors may stem from being raised in an. Lastly, the person may pursue such behavior because he or she went to take an easy road to avoid emotional things. Being assertive and emotional open in not always easy. When standing up to yourself in difficult or even scary, passive-aggressive might seem like an easy way to deal with your emotional without having to comfort the source of your angels. How to deal the passive-aggressive comforted by friends, co-workers, family, or even your romantic partners in passive way. Firstly, yourself need to identify the sign and symptom of the such behaviors. Sulking, backhands, compliments, procrastination, withdrawal, and refuse to communicate are all the signs of passive-aggressive. When the other person's been acting in such a way, try to keep your angers in check. Instead, point out the other person's feelings in a way that is non-judgment, your factual. If you are dealing with a children who is clearly upset about the having to do chores, you seems to be angry at me for asking you to clean your room. The reality is that the person will probably deny his or her angry anyways. At that point, it is a good idea to stop back and give the person some time to work through these feelings. Okay, that's all from me. I would like to call Mr. Asif to continue.
Thank you, Miss AZMAH. It is often easier to recognize passive-aggressive in others. But what if you are the one engaging in this behavior pattern? Try to take a step back and look at your own behavior with a impatient eyes. Have you guys or find yourself sucking when you are unhappy with someone else? Or avoid people with whom you are upset. Also, can be even stop talking to people when you are angry at them. Or you put off doing things as a way to pushing others. And do you sometimes use sarcasm to avoid engaging in meaningful conversation? If you have one of them behavior, you might be a passive-aggressive person. And if you ignore it, it might damage your relationship. There are steps you can take to change how you relate to others. Improve your self-awareness. Passive-aggressive action sometimes stem from not having a good understanding of why you are upset or what you are feeling. Start paying attention to what is going on as you rate to different people or situation. Give yourself time to make a change. Recognizing your own behavior is a good first step toward change, but altering your pattern and reaction can take some time. Practice embracing yourself, understanding your emotion, and learning to express your feeling appropriately in an important step toward ending passive-aggressive behavior. Conflict in an unavoidable part of life, but knowing how to accept your feeling effectively can result in better solution. In conclusion, passive-aggressive may well be most common with the annoying people. While getting the annoying person to still like you is aggressive through inaction, unhealthy and damaging as a may be. It remains innately aggressive is always on purpose and can be on the automatic response to adversity. The behavior is common. We need to see through the disgust of innocence and make passive-aggressive aware of their action. That's all for us.